Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, so it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. This can be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else, okay? All right. Keep in mind that tarot as a tool is not the final rule, so let's have an empty cup if you really want to see what's up, what's up. All are welcome on this channel. All contributions are highly appreciated. And collective, we're starting off with a rune read for today, And we have Lagos, okay? The rune symbol Lagos, okay? Flow, water, sea, flow, water, sea, a fertility source, the healing power of renewal, life, energy, and organic growth, imagination, and psychic matters. Okay? Once again, it says flow, water, sea, a fertility source, the healing power of renewal, life, energy, and organic growth, imagination, and psychic matters. Okay? So this energy of Lagos, the rune symbol, is letting you know that there is an energy present if you are willing to allow this energy into your life. This means if you are willing to tap into your inner niggle, tap into within yourself and be willing to recognize and notice and basically recognize and stand in your power and be aware that the things that are happening around you, Spirit is saying, is actually creating the ability for you to be in the flow of life. It's kind of like the energy of the Six of Swords energy in tarot, which represents moving on to calmer waters. And so you could be someone with the rune symbol Lagos here. You could be someone who feel that you have been impacted or experiencing some kind of hardship. This does not have to be financial, but it could be. This could be spiritually. This could be emotionally. This could be socially as well. Maybe you feel that you are divided from someone you love or you care about. Maybe you feel that you are being divided from people. Spirit is saying, in order for you to go within the flow of life moving forward, meaning if you are willing to receive and be given access to moving on to a calmer situation where there is more favor, opportunity, and peace that'll be placed in your path, you have to be willing to also learn how to go in the flow of change instead of being against the change that is occurring outside and around you. Spirit is saying that these things that you may be focused on could be things that are out of your control. A good example of what Spirit is saying is this could be something like maybe your place of employment. You're going to work, everything is fine, and all of a sudden you love your work schedule. You love the crew you work with. You would like more pay, but you're grateful. The money gets the job done. But maybe you show up to work and you find out maybe they're going to cut hours, or maybe you may hear of some people being laid off. Okay, this could be like a rumor just circulating. Spirit is saying, whether you are hearing about gossip or rumors about change that is happening, or you're witnessing it up close and personal, for you to not to be frantic and to immediately go into a panic. There is a request and a need, collective, for us as human beings here on planet Earth, to recognize that just because something is occurring that is new to us, or we feel that it's going to affect us, does not necessarily mean that it is for the worse. Things have to be dismantled and things have to crumble so that new things can be created, so that new things can be formed in our lives. And so Spirit is saying for us, not just you, I'm talking about me too, to find ways, the next change that you hear about, whether it's in your personal life up close and personal, maybe with a loved one or a family member, whether it's on social media or the television, instead of going to the energy of complaining about what you don't have or what you don't like, Spirit wants you to find a way to go with the flow of the change that is happening. There is a request and a need for us human beings here on planet Earth to find a way to go within the flow of change. This may also require making changes financially within your budgeting system in your household. They want me to use that as an example because they're saying people are very concerned and money gets people's attention. So they want me to use this as an example. This may require you not being able to maybe shop as much, maybe not overspend, maybe possibly sit down with your family and take an account to what is going out versus what is coming in. And so Source is saying that is another good example of going within the flow of the changes that are happening rather than spending every day in waking moment complaining, saying things out of your mouth like, oh, these prices are too high, or going into the dollar store and being angry because things are now $1.75, creating a scene with the cashier, all these things that we have seen or we know about that happens on a daily. There is no need to send out the signal to the universe that you are unable to go within the flow of the changes that are happening around you. You do not want to send that signal out. It can be very confusing if you are praying for some kind of financial blessing or you're trying to manifest some kind of prosperity in your life, but at the same time you're waking up on a daily complaining. Spirit is saying to take it one day at a time, whomever you are or whatever it is that you are dealing with. It doesn't matter what your tax bracket is. Even those who are assumed to be wealthy or well off are even having to make adjustments in their life, not just in 2025, but throughout our entire life collective. Spirit is saying, keep in mind, there will always be something going on that you're not in agreement of. There will always be conversations of inflation. There will be always conversations of something that is taking place that you may feel that could affect your life. But Spirit is saying to ask the question to yourself, is this truly affecting me? Or is this something that Source is calling for me to change in my own personal life? How can this affect me in a positive way? So the goal is, in order for you to be in the flow of change collective, is to ask yourself when you hear about change, how can this affect me in a positive way? And they want you to search for that, spend energy on that, and spend conversation on that, rather than focusing on the negative. And also, Spirit is saying that there are a lot of people who are speaking on things and generating a negative energy in the air, and they're just dispersing it everywhere, of things that has not even happened yet. So just because you hear of something on the television or on social media, all of these things, Spirit is saying, has not happened yet. It has not came to pass. So be mindful of where you focus your energy to, or what you focus on. Because if you're tapped in and you're doing the work, it is possible for you to come out harm free. When you learn how to be still when the storm is brewing around you, or if there's something taking place around you that is affecting others, it is possible for you to survive that. And sometimes things can go around you and not touch a hair on your head. Okay, so I hope you receive that. I tried to convey that message the best of my ability there. But yeah, in order for you to move forward and see yourself on the other end of things and see yourself, I'm not going to say that, to see yourself in the next 3 to 4 years, and witness change, I'll say that. Spirit is saying for you to focus on how can the changes affect you positively instead of negatively. I was out and just maybe an hour or two ago, and the person that I was speaking to me, they repeated at least 10 times, and I knew it was just a test, oh, these prices, oh, these prices, oh, these prices. And I just simply told them, God will provide, take one day at a time. But, and that's it. I left it right there. I'm not going to go around and preach or try to save or convince anyone. It's really none of my business. On my channel, I influence my channel messages through source, through the divine, and my intuitive abilities and gifts. But I am not stressing or overextending myself, trying to make anyone feel or think anything. That's too much work. But the person just kept saying it, and they just kept complaining and repeating it. Oh, the prices. Oh, this. I don't like this, and I don't like this person that's in office, and I don't. And I just stayed silent, and then they just kept on. And I said, "Oh, God will provide," and just walked away. Like, I don't even want to conversate with you. They were trying. I usually don't even say that God will provide. I usually keep that to myself. But either way, there's a need to stay off of. You're only affecting yourself. You're not affecting the people around you. But you will navigate and you will magnetize. You will magnetize more negative energy towards you the more you complain. And so it's not about a belief system. It's just like the air that you're breathing while you're watching this video here. It is what it is. Okay. So, yeah. And so Spirit is saying in actuality, because the rest of this rune card is saying that there's an energy of fertility. So this could be a literal birth. Maybe someone is going to expand their family or give birth to a child. But this could also be birthing new ideas, such as I was just saying, to find the positive ways that this change can affect your life. As the world around you is changing, what is it that you can change to make things easier and more smoother for you in your life, in your family, in your household, in your relationship. So that's the fertility part, you giving birth to new ideas of living, being, doing, existing, and entangling yourself here in this life, in the matrix on planet Earth. Okay. All right, life energy and organic growth. Okay, so it's time to plant new seeds, imagination, and psychic matters. So it's time to tap in, as I said, to your inner niggle, your inner wiggle, to learn to be still instead of being so anxious and full of aggression. The energy is heightened worldwide. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, where you work. The energy is very heightened. Especially for those who subscribe to the theory of the holidays. They are really having a lot of heavy conversations. And when someone says Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving, I just say thank you. Or I say the same thing back. I don't subscribe to the theory of any holidays. I do not worship or practice it, and that's my business. But if someone says Happy Thanksgiving, I'll say it back. If someone says Merry Christmas, I'll say it back. But I do not subscribe to the theory, and there's no need for a discussion. To each his own. So, but I'm finding that because I'm hearing these conversations, and that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm hearing those who subscribe to those theories, which they have free will. You can celebrate and honor whatever you want when you want. But me myself, I'm a firm believer that it is possible for me to love, give, be thankful, each and every day of my life or whenever I choose. I don't need to be signaled a particular day on any Gregorian calendar of when I should be grateful or thankful or gather or give to anyone. So to each his own. But I'm finding those who subscribe to the theory at this time are feeling overwhelmed. They're feeling stressed out. And I'm not teasing. I'm just talking about what I see. I'm speaking my truth. So yeah. Those are the ones who are catching it. What else the collective? They're catching it. Need to know regarding going within the flow, not being stressed and overwhelmed about these changes. What else, Holy Spirit? Okay, do we have anything else? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so those are the ones who are really having these repetitive conversations of complaining, and it's just negative energy. It's a lack mentality. It's lack conversation. It's low vibrational, and it will not help you. It's not going to make something fall in your lap because you're waking up each and every day and complaining. Oh, Christmas is coming. So and so about to happen. Oh, Thanksgiving coming. Oh, we got to figure out turkey. Oh, so like it's not going to make anything appear. This is a time, and there are a lot of people who are waking up, and it is a great day and a great time to be alive to witness it. I must say, a lot of people are waking up and standing in their truths about what they believe in, what they choose to subscribe to, and they are recognizing, some of these things that are built to, meant to crumble at this time is just for the reasons that I'm speaking of. There's too much energy being utilized and exerted in the wrong places over materialism and illusional wealth that is not sustainable to the soul. And the divine is saying it's time for these things to be dismantled. It's time for us all to refocus our attention on what is more valuable, which is yourself. There are so many things, there's so much friction, noise, and so many things that are, projected onto us energetically to keep us distracted from knowing ourselves, from working on ourselves, from working on our confidence and walking into our purpose, and also knowing the truth versus the false reality that we may have been given. So it's time, and we don't get a say so. And when it's time, when the Creator says, or Mother Gaia says, it's time for a cleansing, it's time for a renewal, it's time for change, we don't get a say so, though we are participants. And we are participants because we all have a divine, unique, individual purpose here. Now, when you figure out and how you figure out what your purpose of your existence is, that is an individual thing. And it won't happen for everybody at the same time. But a lot of things that we stress over and worry over, some of these things, not all, but majority, I'm not going to say some, are really just a waste of our energy, and it's keeping us depleted, and it's keeping us saturated in being hopeless. The energy that is constantly thrown at you through advertisement, from different organizations that want you to come and plea in their cathedral, repetitively, these cycles, and we're watching our loved ones participate in these belief systems, in these practices, and we're seeing that they perish or transition, and we're actually witnessing, that these things that people are involved in is really not getting them anywhere, but a lot of people, to each his own, all are welcome on this channel. Does not matter what your belief system is. But, there are a lot of people who simply attend church out of fear, or they attend church out of they saw someone else do it. There's a lot of people who choose to attach themselves to many belief systems. Let me not stop at church out of fear or because they saw someone else do it. Very few are willing to take the time to learn and do the research so that they can have an organic and intuitive reason to partake in these organizations, these religions, or these belief systems. And so to each his own, we have free will, but Spirit is saying that these are the very things, majority, that is keeping us, in disillusion, under the illusion, and overwhelmed and stressed, um, in areas that can be avoided. Okay. So, to do anything out of fear is not a good idea for anyone. I'm pretty sure you've heard that because you don't have clarity, your mind isn't clear, and your intentions of why you are involving yourself or attaching yourself to any person, place, or thing, or organization, or belief system. It isn't clear of why you are attaching yourself to it, And I'm pretty sure there are many, I'm really sure, I'm going to use the word sure, and I'm mindful of my words, but I'm sure that there are many people who will admit to what I just said. Yeah, it's true. I joined because I was afraid. Yeah, it's true. I joined because my grandmother did it. My auntie did it. I seen them do it. There are people who, people feel that They need to be doing what everybody else is doing. But I'm gonna say something that I've said a lot of times, several times on my channel. When they roam, be still, and when they are still is when you should roam. Just because you see, there's 11 people in a pool and 10 of them get out. It doesn't mean you have to get out the pool because you saw 10 people get out the pool. That 11th person could really remain in that pool and be still and enjoy the ambiance of being in the pool by themselves, enjoy the quietness, enjoying being able to swim or just sit there without being splashed on or having other chaotic energy around them. That's an analogy I'm trying to use. Just because you see a lot of people doing something doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do and doesn't mean that it's the right thing for you. So I hope you receive that. Wow, I could just go off this card right here. Logos is saying a lot right now. Spirit is channeling a whole lot right now. Basically the things that you have been taught and programmed to worry and stress and overwhelm yourself about and go in debt over and maybe max the credit card over out and all these things because you got to get this because it's a hula day, you got to get that because it's a holiday, and a lot of these things, you're not going to be loved any less. Spirit is telling me to say, if you feel you're unable to celebrate or worship some kind of belief system that you have been accustomed to celebrating in a particular way, it doesn't make you a weak person. It doesn't mean you're going to be loved any less. It doesn't mean, you're going to be punished. This energy here, while I'm saying all this, Spirit is saying there's a lot of people who are really kicking themselves. They're in the energy of pity and lack mentality. And Spirit wants you to know that it's not going to create progress. And your ancestors want you to be mindful. And it's okay if you're used to cooking a feast and maybe you can't do it this hula day. Cook what you have, be grateful, and move on. It's okay if Christmas comes around and maybe you're concerned with buying a lot of gifts because through tradition, through tradition, the idea of being able to post pictures and show who has the most boxes under a pine tree, whether real or artificial, is the thing to do. Spirit does not want you overwhelming and kicking yourself. You are doing the best that you can. You are one person, a human being. You're a spiritual being, but you are a human being with two hands. And I don't even talk like this, but they're having me say it real slow. Okay? So stop kicking yourself and do what's important and do what's necessary. We already know it's necessary to have shelter. We know it's necessary to have heat, lights, water, something to eat. It does not have to be what everyone else is doing. Okay? I had a joke, but I'm not going to say that because you guys may not know how to receive it. But either way, Spirit is saying to stop kicking yourself, stop being so down on yourself, whether you are a male or a female. Do what is necessary and let the rest flow and go. Your bills are a priority. Pay that first. A home and roof over your head is important, and everything else will fall into place. We are in a moment in time where we're going to have to be strong, be wise, and allow this moment in time to pass over. It's kind of like being somewhere and you're saying, wait till the rain stop. Let the rain pass over, then we'll go, or then we'll get on the road. Let it slack up a bit. So Spirit is saying that this too will pass. It will subside. It will not always be this way forever. So there is a strong need to stop being hard on yourself, male or female. This could also be a father figure or a grandparent who's accustomed to being in the energy of being able to give a lot, not just on the hula days, periodically. You could be the matriarch of the family and you love your family. And your love language is giving gifts and being supportive as much as you can. There's nothing wrong with that. This message is clearly saying for you not to be down on yourself and that this will pass. Whatever you are experiencing in life moving forward, it will not be that way forever. Okay? So you have to trust and know that and not allow when you are not able to obtain, materialism, that it does not decrease the value of who you are. You are loved. We all are loved. We all have value and we all have purpose. Um, and to be grateful and thankful each and every day that you open your eyes. You know that you have a place to live, that you're somewhere warm, that you have something to eat, doesn't matter what it is. And so Lugas, this room symbol, is clearly depicting that in this read, to be grateful and to be thankful. You could be someone, who could be feeling maybe traumatized because you feel so much is happening around you. Now, this could be more than just the economy. Maybe you're going through some kind of separation, and maybe you've been with this person for a long time. And this separation could be causing many changes. But once again, it will not be this way forever. Trouble does not last always. Okay? So yes, this energy is here very heavy because they would not let me pick up a tarot card, yo. And when the message is telling me to keep talking, I have to follow the message that is being distributed because there is somebody somewhere who needs to hear that message, whether they click on now or later. Okay. All right. So either way, with the Queen of Cups here, it says compassion, empathy, and intuition. Once again, psychic matters, intuition is coming up. So there's a need for you to start following that small voice. Maybe you are someone whom, a good example, maybe, as far as intuition, maybe you are someone, maybe you're planning to go somewhere. You're in traffic. Okay, here's a good example. You're in traffic, you're driving. You're like, you know what? I don't know what route I'm gonna take, but I'm trying to figure out which way can I go where I can get there. The traffic ain't heavy. Your plan is to turn left, but all of a sudden you want to turn right. Follow the intuition that is telling you to turn right. There's a reason for that. Just because you are accustomed to doing things a particular way and it works out well because you've been doing it that same way, does not mean that it'll never ever come about for you to do it differently. And that's the thing with the when it comes to changes in our life. When we are accustomed to doing something for a long period of time, we become comfortable. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's relationship, a job, how we spend our money, how we interact with people, how we carry ourselves. When something arrives for us to change our habits, we become like in shock, and it's like our world is shattered because we're so comfortable in that zone. We're going to have to step out of our comfort zones. Spirit is saying, with me saying that. But it says compassion, and the compassion is for you to give yourself compassion. Stop being so hard on yourself. Okay. And even if you feel like, maybe my family's not going to understand, you know, stuff happens. Stuff happens. It's called life, but it will not be this way forever. And your love is not measured through gifts. Your love is not measured through money, honey. You are valuable, you are important, and you are more than what you are able to give someone. That is for someone in particular, whether you are a mother, a father, a grandparent, an uncle, an auntie, or maybe you're the child, maybe you are the eldest child of the family. You could be concerned about some things. Spirit is saying this is going to pass. Don't forget, don't lose your hope. Don't throw all hope out the door. Don't sweep all the dust out the door. There's some good stuff in there. Though they call it dust, there's some good stuff in there, okay? That's an old saying there. So don't throw all the hope out the door. Don't throw all your faith out the door. This is the time, like the reading I did, to flex your faith. whatever it is, out of all everything I just said about religion and belief systems, this is the time to stand up and show them what you're working with. And when I say stand up and show them, this isn't verbal. This is just in you, how you carry yourself when you are going through different changes and experiences in life. Being the resilient one, controlling how you respond to different situations that are out of your control. That's what I mean when I say flex your faith. I'm not talking about being confrontational. I'm not talking about getting on social media, crashing out, because the people, they don't care, and it'll be on social media forever of you crashing out. And then your grandkids be looking like, why great great grandma and great great grandpa crashing out on social media? But this is the time, to each his own, whatever your belief system is, your religious practice is, whatever you believe in, this is the time. And you can do that just by standing in your power and being you, how you carry yourself day by day. We only need to really take it day by day. I know, one day at a time. We've heard that forever. But the truth is, collective, all you really need to do is take one day at a time. You must stay present, because if you overextend yourself too far, worrying and stressing about a point that's, it hasn't even occurred yet, you'll mess around, you F around and miss out on something that has happened present in the present. Moments that with your loved ones, moments with your spouse, your husband, your wife, or with your children or your grandchildren, or you may have a new baby in the family and they taking their first steps, or they saying your name for the first time. You may miss out. If you're too worried about 6-7 months and next year, they probably done said your name 10 times and you ain't even heard them. And then you come back and they be like, they just said your name. Little man just said your name. They said my name? Yeah, little man just said your name. Oh, I missed out. I was just daydreaming and thinking about what I'm going to do next year. Stay present, collective. Stay present. Okay, so we have the page of coins here. Okay, young but grounded, solid beginning, strong foundation. And so anything that is changing, trust and know that there is something new that is coming in your life that is going to be of a strong foundation for you, collective. A strong one. And the thing is, you want to know when, how, who gonna do it, where it's coming from, what time. You want your favor and blessings to arrive like an Amazon package. Like you want to know, you want to get the message alert, it's on the way, we're 2 stops away. And that's not how it happens. That's not how spirit works. That's not how divine works. That's not how the ancestors work. That's not how it works. You have to remain optimistic and trust the process. They don't think the way we think. They don't operate the way we operate. Yeah, so trust that whatever you feel is being taken from you or changes that's being made, that there's a new foundation that's going to help you start a solid beginning. And that's something to be excited about. Look how she holding that shirt. Like, yeah, look at my shirt with this pinnacle. Yeah, Gucci shirt with the pinnacle. Yes, yes. Yes, all you can do is just really take it one day at a time. That's all you can do. Yeah. And so we have justice, okay? It says cause and effect, truth. Get what you desire. See, that's what I like that. It says get what you desire. So the dismantling is so you can have a solid beginning. It's so you can have a solid beginning, but also receive the justice that you feel is due to you. Okay, getting what you feel you deserve. And that's different for everybody. You could be someone who takes care of everyone, like I just mentioned. You could be maybe the matriarch of the family, or maybe the matriarch has transitioned. So maybe you're the eldest child, you're the oldest sibling. So people could rely on you or maybe come to you. And there's nothing wrong with love and unity and support. And it's time for you to receive some reciprocity. You give, but what about you, collective? Who's giving you? Who's supporting you when you're overwhelmed, when you're feeling drained, when you're feeling stressed? Okay? So it's time for you to receive just as well as you have been giving. So, keep that in mind as you move forward and you experience, you witness, or endure changes in your life. Moving forward periodically, trust that there is something positive in the change that is occurring. Just trust it. And so, yeah, I'm picking up heavily someone who takes care of a lot of people and you love your family, you don't mind. But there are times where you are overwhelmed. There are times where you want somebody to say, "Hey, how you doing today? How you feeling?" You want someone to call you and ask you how you feeling. Not for a ride, not to loan them no money, but, "Hey, how you feeling today? You all right? You need something? Hey, I'm about to go to the store. You need a couple of things? Hey, text me your list. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about no money. I got you. You deserve it." That kind of energy is being prepared, to enter your life, but you have to allow it. And in order to allow it, that means you are agreeing. You're not in resistance. You're not boxing with God. You're not boxing with things that are out of your control. You're admitting, you're taking, a responsibility for yourself. And you're saying, look, that's out of my control, but I can't control how I respond. I might as well keep my cool about this. It's happening. Let me see what I'm about to do different for me and my household. Or let me see what I'm about to do different for myself. Okay? Oh, I love it. The Wheel of Fortune. Things are not what they seem. There's always more than what meets the eye. And I'm a firm believer that joy come up in the morning, and blessings and favors can arrive in your life out of nowhere. It says cycles of life, fate, and good luck. The Wheel of Fortune. But what I like about this deck in particular, not that the people are falling, but the picture is saying a lot. You've got people coming down right here, collective. This person looked like he's been there, done that. Okay, he's been, at the top, prosperity, abundance, living his best life. And this person, she looks like she's walking up brand new. Like, I'm new to this, but I'm taking my first steps. I'm new to this, but I'm true to this. This is my year for favor, blessing, and opportunity. And so she's being courageous and walking up the steps. But check out the picture here. This guy right here, he's sitting on the bottom step and there's nothing but motion happening all around him. So this person has their head down. This is someone possibly sitting there thinking, "Woe is me. The world is this, the world is that. Inflation, inflation. I can't believe they did so and so. And did you see on the news this happened? Boy, oh boy." But, sitting there dwelling on a bunch of negative energy. That doesn't mean to ignore what is going on. It means to stop being so emotionally attached to what's going on. That's when you are allowing the programming to exist in your life. You can check the scoreboard, but stop allowing yourself to be emotionally attached. Stop allowing these different things to pull on your heart chakra and take you out of alignment. This is a true representation of a person out of alignment, in lack mentality. But this person is saying, I ain't got time for that. I'm about to go and live my best life. I'm about to go ahead. I just started a new job. He's like, "Congratulations, I'm retiring now." Okay. And then you have these two tumbling down here. This is someone who made it, and they misused what they were given. So they're falling down. No, Diddy. No, Diddy. So they're falling down. They had it, but they didn't appreciate what they had. Okay? They didn't appreciate what they had. They mishandled the power that they were given, the opportunities and the favor that they were given. Everyone has a higher power to answer to. Doesn't matter how much money or what your tax bracket is. Everyone has a source to answer to. Each and every one of us. Oh, yeah. And I love this Wheel of Fortune here. I love it. I love the picture, just says so much. Collective, you can either sit still and allow what you see and witness to stress you out, overwhelm you, keep having these negative conversations, keep focusing on all the bad things the news told you, or you can continue to walk up those steps and live your life and do the best you can and keep the faith and trust God and be grateful and be thankful and walk past the naysayers Not engage with those who want to gossip and have pity parties. Huh? Have conversations with people like this who've been there, done that, on their way to retirement. Have conversations with like-minded energy. Maybe she wants to start a business. He's a retiring business owner. Have conversations about how to apply for grants and, the different policies and laws and procedures and yeah, how to invest, growth, development, fruitful conversations, not fruitless. Geesh. Mm-mm. Ooh-wee. Yes, I'm laughing because folks want you to feel what they are feeling. No deal. No deal. I will run from you. Run. That negative energy. Get out of here with that. Woo. Mm. I'm hearing some people just need to turn a page in their book. You have the power. You just need to turn a page. Change your mind. You can change your life. Change your mind and you can change your life. We have the Knight of Wands. It says fearless, risk taker, free spirit. You have to be free spirit. You have to be that risk taker. Okay? Rich Homie Quan. Okay? I like that song. You should check it out. But you have to be willing to take some risk. And when I say take some risk, I'm talking about positive risk, the kind of risk that's going to allow the wheel of fortune to appear in your life, the kind of risk that's going to allow favor and opportunity, going ahead and signing up for school and not listening to people telling you can't do it because the economy, go ahead and buy your first home, not listening to the naysayers talking about interest rate, not listening to the haters, baby, not listening to them. Just la 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 la. I love it. Fearless, risk taker, free spirit, but a risk taker for the right things. For the right things. Growth and development. We're talking about fruitful situations, not fruitless. Ooh, my. Mm-mm-mm. Gratitude. Gratitude, collective. New ideas, breakthrough, and look at God. Realizing the truth. The Ace of Swords. I love it. It's saying new ideas, breakthrough, and realizing the truth. Realizing the truth. Lies you have been told are being revealed. The truth is being revealed. You have to have some kind of appreciation for it. You have to get to a point where, you know what? I appreciate this truth. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad I know what's real and what ain't. So now I know where not to waste my time. Thank you, God. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for revealing the truth to me. Now I can take this truth and really create the life I desire instead of living under lies, instead of having the rose-colored glasses on. Okay, cool. But there are some people who are peed off. I think I can say peas, black-eyed peas, green peas. There are some people who are black-eyed peed off. They don't want the truth. They rather live in the lies and under a lie. They don't want no change to happen. They don't want no dismantling. Everybody is feeling a pinch, even if it's an inch. But do not dwell on that energy. Sit down, have a seat, and relax. And take one day at a time. Whew. This energy is so heavy because I have I think two other readings within the past couple of days is similar about the collective needing to know that is not what they think it is. All I can do is give you the message. What you do with it is on you. All I can do is give you the sauce, boss. You can either add it, make some good pasta, or let it sit in a jar. Whew. Because this right here, this facial expression right here, this is the look on faces. This is the look. I'm not spending my everyday like that. I'm laughing. I'm laughing all the way through this ish. Yes, I am. I'm gonna laugh, smile, dance, crack a joke, be silly. I'm gonna, yes, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. The Ten of Wands, and hopefully you find a way to laugh. Also, collective burnout. Okay, here's the energy that I was just talking about. Someone does so much giving, but no one's never giving you. Burnout, uphill battle, taken for granted. Okay? That's why this is your justice. So there could be something, and you know what? It could be something that I have not named. It could be something else that you're experiencing that I did not mention. So take the bits and pieces that resonate for you. This is still a reading for you. This is still inspiration and motivation for you. There are no coincidences. It's confirmation that you are here because the divine or one of your ancestors, your spirit guides, wants you to be encouraged and hear this message. You could be dealing with something where you feel that the burden is on you, that everything is on you. Maybe you want to, it could be something that's maybe you carpool and maybe it ain't, y'all ain't taking turns the right way. You feel, hey, we're supposed to be carpooling. When is we going to switch up? Who turn is it? And it's always your turn for some reason. And that could be overwhelming. Yes, it could. If it's supposed to be your day off and it's always your day on, that could really be frustrating. And that is unfair. You could be someone, because I'm seeing someone doing that. You're like, I've took the kids every morning. When is your mama going, when they going to pitch in? This is your time. You don't have to see it or know how, but whatever is dismantling or changing around you, it's so you can have an opportunity of receiving your justice and some balance in your life. Being treated fairly. Who doesn't want to be treated fairly? Okay. You've had enough of being the fool. Innocence, new beginnings, leap of faith. Here we go again. Look at Spirit, look at God, all up in the read. The divine is here, letting you know. Keep the faith, leap of faith, innocence, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning, wheel of fortune. And then the Ace of Swords is telling you a breakthrough is happening in your life. It feels congested right now. It feels mucky. It feels cloudy right now. You can't see the image right now. You can't touch it right now, but things are in the works. And everyone's story is different, and everyone's life is different, and it is supposed to be collective. There may be some people who can go through school and obtain 2-3 degrees in a couple of years, and for some it may take them 4 or 5 years or maybe longer. But so what? They living their life. They're not giving up. They're gonna keep going because they know the breakthrough is coming. It's here. Things happen differently for different people for many reasons, and that's why it's never good to compare your life or the changes you are enduring compared to someone else's life. There are many reasons, Spirit is saying, why we all move at different speeds, why we conquer our goals and dreams at different rates. Things happen differently for people. There are people who get it out the mud and get it by themselves. And then there are some people who have help and support. They may have a good networking. They may have connections, where they're connected to people. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there are so many reasons. So be sure that you're not comparing your life or measuring yourself. Oh, I'm so and so years old. I should be here by now. No, everything is where it needs to be according to actions that were previously taken. And this could be actions on your behalf, actions on your ancestors' behalf, actions of your parents' behalf. It's many levels. It's deeper than what you think. And so that's why Spirit is saying, do not be down on yourself. Do not kick yourself. You're not a terrible parent. You're not the worst person if you're unable to provide what you usually provide. Make sure you're doing what's necessary, what's important. They're having me repeat this. Basically, they're saying don't take your rent money and blow it. They have me repeat this. Yes, I just said it. I say a lot of things and shock myself. That's what the channeling message is. That's for somebody who needs to hear it. Do what's necessary. Home is important. Lights, water, food is important. Don't take your rent money and blow it. That's what somebody needs to hear. You'll get over it. The Knight of Cups, okay? Chivalry, hopeless romantic, idealistic, okay? So as I said, you could have been, when I held up the Three of Swords, someone who's gone through a separation. And this separation could be causing a lot of changes for you. Okay, this separation could be a lot of changes because maybe this is someone you've been with for a long time. It happens, and you probably woke up one day like, you know what, I'm out of here. You this could be somebody you had a lot of love for, you cared about, but you decided you want to do something else. Your desires change, or their desires change. The changes we're talking about doesn't have to be what you see on the news. People go through changes every day. Every day. We all do. So yeah, this is someone, after a long time, you get accustomed and comfortable to certain things, but this is requiring for you to, be a bachelor or bachelorette, maybe live on your own, and maybe you haven't done that in a while. And you could be saying, you know what, I'm about to do this, but I haven't done this in a while. So there could be a little shaky baby. You could be a little shaky baby. You're ready though. You're very excited to take the step, but it sets on your mind like, oh, I ain't done this in a while. You're probably used to, sitting at the table, all right, baby, what bills need to be paid? But now it's going to be on you, you know? But you can do it. You have it in you. It's no coincidence. It's not a coincidence that you woke up like, look, I want to leave this connection. I'm ready to go. I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. It's not a coincidence that you woke up feeling that way. And it doesn't mean that they're a terrible person. It simply means that they're done and you're done with them on your timeline. The time has expired. It's like playing a video game at the arcade. You got to put some more coins in there or swipe that card, whatever your arcade be having. Some got cards, some got tokens. Okay? If you don't put another coin in there, that video game ain't going to keep going. You don't swipe that card, then you out. And then the other kids looking in line like, okay, it's my turn. Move out the way, lady. Okay? So it's no coincidence that you woke up wanting to change. It's okay to change your mind about life. That don't mean that the person you leaving is horrible. No, it's time for y'all to do something different. There are people who actually part as friends, and I'm talking about real friends, not sleeping together. There are people who actually are friends who break up and become friends. They're not together romantically, but they can see each other on the streets with someone else and not want to attack each other. And they're not intimate with each other, but they wish each other well. Like, yeah, we had a good run, but time to say bye, baby. How your mama and them doing? How they doing? They all right? That kind of energy. Everybody don't part on negative terms. There are some people who know how to be mature and part on positive terms. Okay. Unless that ninja, then no, I'm just kidding. We had a page of cups here. Daydreamer, leading with your heart. Sensitive, okay? Daydreamer, leading with your heart. Sensitive. So, you know what? It's okay to be sensitive, but you may find out that you're empathic, okay? You could have been someone who used to lead with your heart. You could be a daydreamer as well with the page of cups energy here. Okay. But either way, maybe there was an energy of people seeing you as someone who was the nice one, the gullible one, maybe the auntie, the uncle, or the sister who, let's go to their house. Let's go see what they got to eat. Let's go over there and wash our clothes. Let's see if they babysit. Let's see if they loan us some money. Let's see if they, maybe they, people saw you as this, you were the go-to person. And so that's why Spirit is saying, this is your time. Put this right here to receive your justice, your just fair due. I'm pretty sure you're overwhelmed. You've done all you can do, and it's a new day. And so it's like you're taking your power back. Okay, whether this is relationship, you standing up, not allowing people to push over you, setting boundaries, you saying no, or letting people know, look, I need help. Look, I'm not going to be doing this all the time, and actually not doing it. Like when they call, you let the phone ring to teach them a lesson. You have to make people respect you. You have to show people how to treat you. You can do that by your actions. You ain't got to be verbal. Do that by your actions. You can show them how to treat you. You can show them what you're working with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, with the magician energy here, it says resourcefulness, manifestation, making things happen. So, with the resourcefulness, this goes to the energy of what we've been talking about this entire read, making changes, being in the energy of witnessing change happening, observing it, but also focusing on, well, how can I go in the flow of this change? It's just like during the pandemic and things became increasingly more digital. Folks had no choice but to learn how to work online when it comes to handling business, paying bills for convenience. As changes happen, we have to get in the groove of going with the flow of change. And there were people who were in resistance. Everything is online. I got to do everything online. Well, if I don't know something, I'm going to say I don't know it and I'm going to ask somebody to help me. Oh, yeah. Who cares about being embarrassed? What I do care about is trying to send a payment off and it don't go to the right place. What I do care about is looking at the bank account and you done tapped on the wrong button. That's what's important. So you have to put embarrassment to the side and put your big girl draws on or your big boy draws on and not be a care bear when it comes to the opinions. And so I just got to share that because there was a lot of complaints about everything's online. I got to look, you cannot be intimidated by a bunch of buttons. It's just like going in the studio, a bunch of buttons. I was told, look, that switchboard is nothing but buttons that do the same thing. It's just adjustments. You cannot allow things to intimidate you. So be in the flow of change. Continue to look for ways to be in the flow. If it's something you need to learn, such as getting online or on a computer, hey, ask for help. Don't be afraid. Who cares? People care. People think too much. Because how can you learn? How can you learn if you don't never ask? That don't mean you stupid. That means you smart. And everybody don't know everything, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. And you should never make nobody feel ashamed. But what I do care about is if you paying a bill, like let's be honest, now it's easier to do the stuff online, and you send the money to the wrong place, or you too scared to ask for help, and it say put your account number in, and you one or two numbers off. You done pay somebody else's bill. Because you was too afraid, worry about what somebody think to say, I don't understand this. Can you show me how to do this? I don't know what I'm doing. Can you show me? I'll ask you in a minute. I don't care. I don't care. That's how you learn and grow. That's how you learn and grow. And then you get a notice talking about it ain't paid. And you be like, I thought I sent it off. What they mean they didn't get the payment? You got to put the pride to the side. You cannot be a care bear in this life. Dude, that issue will hold you back. That will hold you back. Man, I didn't want to do my hair one day, so I went outside with my hair on my head. I didn't just go outside. I went hanging out. I went downtown with my hair all over my head. And I have a lot of hair. I have an afro beyond an afro. And I think I shared this before. And the lady was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of hair. I mean, like it was all over my head. I washed it, conditioned, and I didn't want to do it at all. And I just left. I was like, I'm going like this. I was in that kind of mood. And the lady, she was with a guy. I don't know if that was her man or whatever. She was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of hair. And I didn't care. I had my lip gloss on, my shades on. You couldn't tell me nothing. But I heard her. I didn't get offended. So I was just ear hustling to see where the conversation was gonna go. She was like, I would never wear my hair out the house like that. And you know what the man turned to her and said? Baby, I wish you would. That's that lady natural hair. Yeah, it did make me feel good. I did like it. It stroked my ego back and forth. I didn't get upset or nothing. I just stayed there for the ear hustle. He was like, baby, he was like, I wish you would. That's her natural hair. You keep wearing these wigs and to each his own. You can wig it out. Ain't nothing wrong with a wig. But I wanted to be free. If you know what a good shampoo and a condition is, and it's a hot summer, beautiful day, and I wanted to let my hair hang, and I did. I did that. But you cannot be a care bear. I'm sharing that story to say you cannot care what nobody think. You cannot. Who cares what they doing? Who cares? Child, you got to do what makes you happy. You got to do what makes you happy. There's a lot of focus on money, as I said at the beginning. So spirit is having me. This energy is being channeled to let the people know to don't be hard on yourself and make sure y'all maintain y'all peace. Confirmation with the train horn. Confirmation. Don't allow anyone to talk you or persuade you into doing something that you will regret. Don't let anyone talk you into any quick money schemes or any hustle or going to be handsy, 5-finger discount. Don't let anyone talk you into that kind of energy. Theft. I guess I'm trying to say theft, thievery, scamming. Don't let anyone talk you into any. Do not allow a temporary circumstance that you are experiencing in life to put you in a situation that you could regret. Don't allow it, collective. Everybody is look, this is everyone's goal. But the 10 of coins, okay? It says inheritance, financial security, and family. So spirit is saying the divine already knows this is the goal. But all the things that I have shared, far as not being negative, not thinking in lack, not engaging in negative conversations, people complaining, keeping your vibe high, staying positive and staying grateful, and just taking one day at a time. Nobody knows for sure, collective. Like, come on, what's going to happen next week or tomorrow. So right now in this moment, stay present in this moment, stay grateful in this moment. And then when you go to sleep and wake up and you're given another day, be grateful for that day. Do not be too overextended in the future or next year and sitting there want to ponder and somebody letting their beer get cold or flat. What the? Somebody must be drinking beer or something watching this video. But either way, do not allow yourself to be stressed out over things that has not even came to pass. And spirit is saying some of these thoughts in your head is not going to even happen. And for some of you, you're going to find that moving forward, like, dang, I'm all right, I'm straight. I thought so and so, I'm straight. It's all good after all. The spirit is saying, yes, it's all good after all. It really is. Okay. So with the moon energy, intuition again for the third time, illusions, be mindful. I said things are not what they seem. Don't allow what you see to get you hyped up and upset and all emotionally entangled and engaged. Pay attention to your dreams. Your spirit guides could be trying to communicate with you. Pay attention to your dreams. Do not disregard your intuition. And stay away. If you got somebody around you, here it is again. You got somebody around you who's trying to sway you to do something you know you shouldn't be doing. You need not to be around that person at all. Because I'm picking up someone who is constantly, who could maybe come to your home, or maybe they hang out around somebody and maybe y'all live in the same house. So when they visit, you just happen to see them. But this is someone who comes around and always talking about going to do something. But what they want to go do is just something that would not be good for you. Stay away from that person. The Knight of Coins here, responsible, consistent, and hard working. Continue to be consistent and responsible. Continue to be consistent and responsible. Do the best you can and let the rest go. As I kept saying, don't mess up your rent money for somebody. That was a message. Do what's necessary, what's important. Everything else can wait. It can. Spirit is saying it can wait. Don't forcefully put yourself in a situation that can be avoided. Forget impressing people, forget taking pictures, forget proving a point, forget what somebody about to say about to you, and do what's necessary. Do what's important. Do the best you can with what you have. That's what's coming through. Do the best you can with what you have. And if it's $50 left, make that 50 work and keep doing it. Keep the momentum going. Keep the momentum going. Because see, you don't know where favor and blessings is going to pop up. You never know where your gold lies. Everything that's around you that you're witnessing is not real anyway. We're all in a simulation. You never know what's a test. You're being tested, and you don't know what kind of favor or blessing will arrive in your life. Be persistent and consistent with being responsible. Do the best you can. Rent first. They have me repeat that. They're having me repeat that. Hmm. Hmm. So this concludes the read. I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.